Welcome to the first episode of Blend and Ben. Before we go ahead and introduce ourselves, just want to state a few things. If you have seen this episode, you click play, that means you're probably more than likely in a blended family relationship. You're probably struggling a little bit in that relationship. You probably need some answers to some questions. You're probably wondering, am I alone in this? Like, how is this happening to me? We understand. We've been through the same exact situations. And so we created this platform in order to help families who are in blended relationship to be able to navigate that type of dynamic. And so here we are today, and we hope that these episodes moving forward will at least answer some of your questions. We're not therapists, but we've had our own life experiences. And so we're hoping that we can help somewhat in answering your questions. With that said, I am Shonari, and my wife and I have two kids together. However, I do have three kids before my wife, hence us being a blended family.
Yeah. And I'm Tocoa. Obviously, he brings the blend to the situation. And I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this first episode or just about this podcast in general. It's been a vision of ours for a while, and I'm happy to see it finally come to fruition.
Before we jump into like the some questions I'm about to ask my wife, let's just talk a little bit about the family a little bit. So just so you guys can get to know us just a little. I have five kids total. My oldest daughter is about to turn 20 this year. And then she lives in Jamaica, which is where I'm originally from. My 12-year-old moved to come to live with us in the United States in 2025, just a few months ago. Before that, he lived with his mom. But when he turned 12, he basically decided that he wanted to come and live with me, and hence he is here. My 8-year-old, my last boy before my wife and I had kids or got married, he is 8 years old. He lives in New York with his mom, and his mom and I have a very good co parenting relationship. And then our two daughters. We have two beautiful daughters together, 6-year old and a 2-year old.
Two.
Yeah, that 2-year old has decided we have decided to not have any more kids because of that 2-year old. So you'll get to know her soon enough. However, let's jump into why we're here. We'll keep this soft for the first episode, just ask a few questions, but we will be releasing an episode every Tuesday, every Thursday at 5 o'clock. So please like and subscribe, and we look forward to your questions in the comments. So the three questions we'll be asking today are, what do you think we do really well when it comes down to being in a blended family? Is the first question. The second question will be, from your perspective as a stepmom, what do you think has helped us the most? And the third question is, what do you think I do right as a bioparent that makes our blended family relationship so successful? Relationship has always not been 100% successful because we've gone through some struggles, which I'm sure everyone has, right? So let's jump into the first question. What do you think we do really well when it comes on to our blended family?
So here's the thing, step parents are expected to love unconditionally, but yet they often aren't emotionally supported. And when they do speak up about some of the challenges they're facing, how they're feeling, maybe even certain insecurities, they're often told, well, you knew what you signed up for, or you need to have more patience, or, well, this is just how it is. I bring that up because you asked the question, like, what do we do well? I think we have learned to really hold space for like the unknown and having the mentality that we're going to work together to figure it out. And that has helped us tremendously. Like, it's not your problem or my problem, it's always our problem. And I think us adopting that mindset has really transformed like the way our relationship works.
So well said. Love your answer for question one. If anyone has any comment on that, please go to the comments, let us know. Question two, from your perspective as a stepmom, what do you think has helped us in our marriage the most?
I would argue that most blended families struggle because of the bioparent. not the kids, not the bonus person. I could be biased, but no, I think it's the bio parent that often uh, comes with the issues or doesn't manage the issues.
As a bi-parent, I agree.
I think you've taken full responsibility for all the dynamics that you have to manage. And you we do that together by establishing like very open and transparent communication, even the hard things, like we have to talk about them and we talk about them no matter how uncomfortable they can be, or no matter how much like we may not even share the same point of view. So I think that's a thing we do really well, or that has helped us succeed the most. I would say if I had to like narrow it down, I'd say communication, open, honest, transparent communication. And then I think setting expectations and boundaries when needed.
I love that. I love that. Um, Anyone have any questions about that or any comments about what she said? Or if you disagree, I'm sure there'll be a few people who disagree. Put in the comments, please. Let me hear what you guys have to say.
And
Well,
I guess
mhm,
I should go on record that I didn't say like I'm sure in every like there are all kinds of situations out
it's
there
different.
and it's different, right? So I'm not speaking on every like this may not be applicable to everybody's situation,
Exactly.
but based on my observations from the blended family community that we've developed and that we've made, that I often see the bio parent either not doing something which causes issues or doing things that cause issues.
I agree. Let's jump to question 3. What do you think I do right as a bio parent in our blended relationship? And the reason, or blended family, the reason why I want to ask this question is I'm sure there are step parents out there and they're like, man, like I just wish this person would do this. And then I'm sure by parents, they're out there and I'm like, what can I do more? So I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm sure I could take advice from other people who are on the platform because I have also messed up in dealing with these dynamics at some point. So, but I want to hear from you what you think I've done right as a by parent that has made us go almost 9 years.
Well, I like that you've acknowledged that you've had to grow in the situation because what I think you do really well now, but it did take time for you to get there, is having empathy for how I feel or what my insecurities may be, even when you disagree or you don't understand where I'm coming from. And I mention that because I think a lot of times, especially in the earlier years, like there may be complaints or I don't know, they may call it nagging, but they're really rooted in like insecurities and just wanting to feel safe and be heard and make sure you're on the same page. But a lot of times because people are so defensive or they're never been in the other person's shoes or they don't fully understand all it comes with, there's no space for that. And I think the wisdom you gained over our relationship and then just over your interactions with honestly everybody involved in the dynamic, I think you do a really great job with having empathy and trying your best to understand. And this is not even just it's for us, but I think it even applies to like your children's moms. Like you really try and have empathy and understand how others may view something, how something may make another person feel, and then that allows you to have some space and grace for, what transpires.
I like that. Thank you for the compliment.
Are you fishing for compliments?
I tried. But we've come to the end of our first episode, guys. We will be dropping an episode every Tuesday, every Thursday. We'll also try to go live. I'm not sure of the time yet. I'll update you guys as we go along. But please subscribe, like, comment. We will be diving deeper into blended family issues. And our goal for this platform is to hopefully get someone in, other people who've experienced this, even our own followers who want to join onto a call and talk about their experiences and how they navigated it. what didn't make it successful or why they hate blended families or whatever the case is.
They hate blended
So
families.
that is the goal for this platform, and hopefully we can help another family out there, or even or another family out there, help guide us through whatever struggles we are going through at that particular time. So, hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And you have any final words?
I'm just excited. I think this used to be there was such a stigma that used to uh, be attached to having a non-traditional family dynamic. I know think times have changed and it's becoming more normal, and that's really nice to see. Well, nice to see in terms of like people understanding that sometimes it is the situation and you have to figure out how to make it work. So I'm just excited about us being able to like talk about the hard things and really uh, create a community
Hmm.
where we can share the things that people often shy away from talking about because they may feel like they're alone. They may not feel that it's, valid. Like they don't have the validation or feel like they have the validation to talk about it. I'm just glad that we're going to be a part of that conversation and look forward to building our community.
Yeah, I love that. So, thank you guys. We'll see you in the next one.